There are moments in life when blessings arrive quietly, almost like the soft footsteps of destiny entering your home at night. Many people expect success to be loud, dramatic, and announced to the world. But the truth is very different. For many chosen ones, prosperity comes in silence. It appears after years of struggle, sacrifice, and lessons that nobody else could see. When money finally begins to flow into your life, it often feels surreal, as if the universe has suddenly opened a hidden door that was always meant for you. However, this is the exact moment when wisdom becomes more important than celebration. Many people lose their blessings not because they lacked talent or opportunity, but because they could not control their excitement. They announced everything too quickly. They shared their plans with people who secretly wished them harm. Silence in this stage becomes your greatest protection. The less people know, the safer your growth becomes. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you seen someone suddenly become successful, only to lose everything within a short time? The problem often isn't the money itself. It's the noise surrounding it. When money enters loudly, jealousy and manipulation follow closely behind. But when it enters quietly, it has time to grow roots. If this message resonates with you, take a moment right now to support this journey of wisdom. Like this video and subscribe to Mirror of the Soul, because this channel is dedicated to helping chosen ones like you protect their destiny and understand the deeper spiritual lessons behind success. One of the hardest lessons chosen ones must learn is that not everyone deserves access to your personal victories. Society teaches us to celebrate loudly, post our achievements online, and share every success with the world. But spiritual wisdom teaches the opposite. The moment you broadcast your financial breakthrough to everyone, you unknowingly invite different energies into your life. Some people will clap for you in public while secretly wishing they had what you have. Others will begin to see you not as a person, but as an opportunity. Suddenly, old friends who never supported you may return with emotional stories and financial requests. Distant relatives might begin appearing with expectations. Even strangers can start treating you differently. Money reveals the true nature of people around you. It acts like a mirror that exposes hidden intentions. Someone who once treated you as an equal may suddenly feel intimidated by your growth. Another person might begin competing with you silently, trying to prove they are more successful. This is why quiet success is often the most powerful success. When you protect your financial growth, you protect your peace. And peace is the real currency that keeps wealth stable. Many people underestimate the invisible forces that operate within human relationships. Jealousy may not always be spoken aloud, but it exists deeply in the hearts of many individuals. When someone sees you rise from struggle to success, it forces them to confront their own limitations. Instead of feeling inspired, some people react with silent resentment. History is full of examples where jealousy destroyed relationships, families, and even kingdoms. One famous example comes from the story of Bible, where Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers because they envied the favor and dreams he carried. His success threatened their sense of identity, so they tried to eliminate him. In modern life, jealousy doesn't always appear as betrayal, but it often appears as subtle sabotage. Someone might discourage your decisions. Another might spread rumors about how you earned your money. Some people may even try to manipulate you emotionally so they can benefit from your success. This is why silence is not weakness. It is spiritual intelligence. When you move quietly, you give negative energies fewer opportunities to interfere with your progress. Receiving money is easy compared to managing it wisely. Many people think financial success will automatically solve their problems, but in reality, money simply amplifies the habits and mindset you already have. If someone is reckless before they become wealthy, they often become even more reckless after wealth arrives. Chosen ones must understand that financial growth is not just a material blessing, it is also a spiritual test. Money can tempt you into showing off, competing with others, or trying to prove your worth through expensive possessions. But true wisdom teaches a different approach. The most successful individuals in the world often live far more quietly than people expect. One famous example is Warren Buffett, one of the richest individuals in history. Despite his enormous wealth, he still lives in the same modest house he purchased decades ago. His lifestyle proves that wisdom and discipline are far more valuable than flashy displays of success. When you develop emotional discipline, money becomes a tool instead of a temptation. It allows you to build security, support your family, and create opportunities that last for generations. When financial blessings begin to appear in your life, one of the first things that must change is the way you guard your inner circle. Success has a strange effect on relationships. People who once walked beside you casually may begin to look at you differently once money becomes part of the picture. Suddenly, conversations change. Expectations grow. The energy shifts in ways that are sometimes difficult to explain but impossible to ignore. Many chosen ones discover that prosperity acts like a spotlight. It reveals who genuinely cares about your well-being and who only values what you can provide. Someone who once supported you emotionally may remain loyal and humble even after your financial breakthrough. But others might begin measuring your worth based on how much you can give them. This is why protecting your circle becomes essential. You don't have to cut people off aggressively or become cold-hearted, but you must become observant. Watch how people behave when you say no. Watch whether they celebrate your growth or quietly compete with it. These subtle reactions reveal more truth than words ever could. If you're finding wisdom in this message, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Mirror of the Soul. This channel exists to help chosen ones navigate the hidden challenges of growth, success, and spiritual awakening. When money enters your life, attention often follows closely behind. This attention can come from friends, strangers, social media followers, or even distant relatives who suddenly remember your existence. At first, it may feel flattering. Being recognized for your progress can feel like validation after years of struggle. But attention can also become one of the greatest distractions from your true purpose. When people begin praising you constantly, it can slowly influence your mindset. You may feel pressure to maintain a certain image or lifestyle just to meet their expectations. This is how many people lose their authenticity. History shows that sudden fame and wealth can overwhelm even the most talented individuals. Many celebrities have admitted that the hardest part of success is not achieving it, but surviving the emotional pressure that comes afterward. One powerful example is Elvis Presley, whose fame brought enormous wealth and admiration, but also intense stress and isolation. For chosen ones, the goal is not to chase attention but to maintain clarity. Attention is temporary, but purpose is permanent. When money comes quietly and wisdom guides your decisions, you can stay grounded even while the world watches. One of the greatest differences between temporary wealth and generational wealth is discipline. Many people receive money and immediately begin displaying it through luxury purchases, expensive cars, or extravagant lifestyles. While there is nothing wrong with enjoying the rewards of your hard work, constant display can quietly drain financial stability. Quiet success works differently. It focuses on building foundations rather than appearances. Instead of trying to impress others, wise individuals invest their resources into long-term opportunities. They purchase assets, build businesses, and create systems that continue producing value even when they are not actively working. Financial experts often talk about the mindset required for lasting wealth. One influential voice in this conversation is Robert Kiyosaki, who emphasizes the importance of financial education and smart investment decisions. His philosophy teaches that true wealth is built through knowledge and patience rather than flashy spending. Chosen ones must understand that money is not just a personal blessing, it can also become a legacy. The choices you make today could influence your family for generations. Quiet decisions made with wisdom today can create opportunities for people who have not even been born yet. One of the most painful lessons that sometimes comes with financial success is realizing that certain people were never truly invested in your well-being. Instead, they were invested in the benefits they could receive from your presence. When money becomes visible, their intentions often become clearer. These individuals may start conversations that always lead back to financial requests. They may praise you excessively when they need something but disappear when you need support. Some might even use guilt or emotional manipulation to make you feel responsible for solving their problems. Learning to recognize these patterns is essential for protecting both your finances and your emotional health. Genuine relationships are built on mutual respect, understanding, and shared growth. They are not built on constant financial dependence. Wise individuals throughout history have spoken about the importance of guarding one's resources and relationships carefully. One famous strategist, Niccolo Machiavelli, often emphasized the importance of understanding human nature before trusting others completely. For many chosen ones, prosperity is not just a reward, it is a test. When you struggled, you learned patience, humility, and endurance. Hard times forced you to grow emotionally and spiritually. But when money finally begins to appear, a different kind of challenge emerges. Prosperity tests whether you will remain grounded or allow success to change your character. It's easy to remain humble when life is difficult. But when your bank account grows, when opportunities multiply, and when people start treating you with admiration, maintaining humility becomes much harder. Wealth has a way of revealing who someone truly is inside. Many spiritual traditions teach that blessings are given not only for enjoyment, but also for responsibility. In the Bible, the parable of the talents reminds believers that resources must be managed wisely and multiplied with purpose. This lesson is not just about money, it's about stewardship, wisdom, and accountability. Chosen ones must recognize that prosperity can amplify both strengths and weaknesses. If your mindset is disciplined, wealth will expand your impact. But if pride takes control, wealth can quietly begin destroying the very foundation you built. Humility is one of the most powerful shields a successful person can possess. While arrogance attracts competition and resentment, humility creates peace and respect. When people sense humility in someone who has achieved financial success, they are far more likely to admire them rather than compete with them. One of the reasons humility is so powerful is that it keeps your focus on growth rather than ego. Instead of constantly trying to prove your worth through material displays, you continue improving your knowledge, relationships, and purpose. A powerful historical example of humble leadership can be seen in Nelson Mandela. Despite becoming one of the most respected figures in the world, he remained grounded and compassionate. His humility strengthened his influence rather than diminishing it. For chosen ones, humility ensures that wealth does not transform into pride. When you remain grounded, you continue learning, listening, and evolving. You become someone who values wisdom more than recognition. Many people believe that being rich and being wealthy are the same thing, but there is a profound difference between the two. Being rich usually refers to having a large amount of money at a particular moment. Being wealthy, however, refers to having stability, security, and resources that continue to grow over time. Someone can become rich overnight through luck, inheritance, or sudden success. But wealth is usually built through patience, discipline, and strategic decisions. Wealth includes investments, assets, knowledge, and systems that generate long-term value. One of the clearest voices explaining this concept is Dave Ramsey, who teaches that true financial security comes from wise planning and controlled spending, rather than emotional purchases. Chosen ones must understand this distinction deeply. If money arrives and you focus only on appearances, you may become temporarily rich but eventually return to financial instability. But if you focus on building systems and opportunities, you create real wealth. Silence is often misunderstood. Many people associate silence with weakness or fear, but in reality, silence can be one of the most powerful strategies in life. Strategic silence allows you to observe situations, understand people's intentions, and protect your plans before they fully develop. When money begins to flow into your life, the temptation to share every victory can be strong. Social media encourages constant announcements of success, new cars, luxury vacations, expensive purchases. But each announcement reveals information about your life that may not always serve your best interests. Wise individuals throughout history have recognized the strength of restraint. One influential philosophical tradition that emphasizes emotional control and discipline is Stoicism. Stoic thinkers believed that mastering one's reactions and maintaining inner calm was essential for a balanced life. Success has a way of changing the energy around you. As money and opportunities increase, you may notice a subtle shift in relationships. People who once shared your joys may no longer fully understand your journey. Conversations may feel shallow, and some friendships may fade away. This is one of the quiet costs of being a chosen one. Loneliness can become part of the path. However, this solitude is not always negative. Loneliness offers space for reflection, growth, and self-mastery. It allows you to evaluate who genuinely supports your purpose and who may simply be drawn to the surface-level benefits of your life. In these moments, your inner circle becomes even more precious. Even great leaders and visionaries have walked this path. Steve Jobs, for example, often spoke about the solitude that came with innovation and leadership. His focus required stepping away from distractions and trusting his intuition, even when others doubted him. Many people dream of sudden success, believing that talent alone will carry them through life. While talent is important, it is discipline that separates fleeting achievements from lasting success. Talent without control is like a river without banks. It can spread quickly, but often loses direction and power. Financial success amplifies this truth. Someone with talent but no discipline may earn large sums only to watch it vanish through impulsive decisions, overconfidence, or unchecked spending. On the other hand, discipline ensures that every resource, every opportunity, and every decision is leveraged for long-term growth. Chosen ones often discover that discipline extends beyond money management. It applies to emotional regulation, time management, and spiritual growth. When you integrate all these forms of discipline, wealth becomes a natural byproduct, not just a goal. Money alone is temporary. Its real power lies in what it enables you to achieve beyond personal gain. For chosen ones, financial success is a tool for purpose, not just comfort. It allows you to help others, create opportunities, and leave a lasting mark on the world. Many philanthropists and visionaries have discovered this truth. Oprah Winfrey, for instance, leveraged her wealth to create educational programs, mentorship opportunities, and charitable foundations. Her influence extends far beyond her personal success because she aligned her resources with her purpose. When you turn wealth into purpose, you protect it from the emptiness that often accompanies material accumulation. Purpose gives meaning to your actions, inspires others, and creates a cycle of positive energy that reinforces your own growth. One of the silent dangers of financial success is ego. When money flows easily, it can inflate your sense of self and distort your perception of reality. Ego blinds many chosen ones, causing them to believe they are invincible or morally superior. Left unchecked, ego can destroy relationships, reputations, and even the success that took years to build. Guarding your mind from ego requires constant self-awareness. Regular reflection, meditation, and feedback from trusted mentors or loved ones can help you stay grounded. Ego often whispers subtle messages. You deserve this more than anyone else, or you are untouchable now. Recognizing these thoughts allows you to respond wisely rather than react impulsively. The most influential leaders and entrepreneurs have mastered this balance. They understand that humility, combined with wisdom, creates resilience. Mahatma Gandhi's life is an example of someone who, despite enormous influence, kept humility at the core of his power. In a world obsessed with social media and status, comparison is one of the silent enemies of wealth and peace. When money enters your life, it can be tempting to measure your success against others. Why do they have more? Am I doing enough? These thoughts create unnecessary stress and often lead to poor decisions. Chosen ones understand that comparison is an energy drain. Every individual has a unique path, timeline, and destiny. Comparing your journey to someone else's is like measuring the sunrise with someone living on a different horizon. It simply doesn't make sense. When you focus on your growth, you build momentum without distraction. Even highly successful individuals often avoid public comparison. Jeff Bezos, for instance, focuses on creating value rather than competing directly with every billionaire around him. He understands that long-term vision matters far more than short-term accolades. Money that comes quietly is best used wisely. Strategic investments are not just financial, they are emotional, relational, and spiritual. Each decision you make can either multiply your blessings or drain them slowly over time. Chosen ones learn early that success is a tool, not a trophy. Investments go beyond stocks or real estate. They include investing in education, mentorship, personal development, and relationships. Every choice builds a system that either strengthens your future or creates vulnerabilities. Wise investments align with your long-term vision rather than fleeting desires. Take inspiration from those who have mastered strategic investment. Elon Musk carefully allocates resources across multiple industries, focusing on innovation and future impact rather than immediate gratification. Strategic thinking like this creates wealth that lasts generations. Financial success is meaningless without spiritual grounding. Money can amplify your strengths, but it can also magnify your weaknesses. Without a connection to purpose, gratitude, and inner wisdom, wealth can become a trap rather than a blessing. Spiritual grounding helps chosen ones maintain perspective. Daily reflection, prayer, or meditation keeps the mind clear, emotions balanced, and decisions aligned with your higher purpose. It protects you from ego, distraction, and toxic relationships that often accompany wealth. Many successful figures credit their inner stability to spiritual practices. Oprah Winfrey, for instance, openly shares her commitment to meditation and self-reflection, allowing her to make decisions from a place of clarity rather than impulse. At the end of the journey, the true measure of wealth is not the numbers in your bank account. It is the legacy you leave behind. A chosen one who moves quietly, acts wisely, and protects their blessings builds more than financial stability. They build inspiration, opportunities, and transformation for others. Legacy is created through consistent wisdom, disciplined action, and intentional generosity. It is reflected in the lives you touch, the knowledge you share, and the systems you leave in place. Wealth without legacy is fleeting. Legacy without wisdom is impossible. Your journey as a chosen one is about balancing silence and action, humility and ambition, discipline and generosity. When you master these principles, your success transcends you, creating ripples that impact generations to come. As we conclude, remember, if this video inspired you, support Mirror of the Soul by liking, subscribing, and sharing your reflections in the comments. How will you protect your blessings, stay wise, and create a legacy that outlives you? Your story might just inspire another chosen one watching today.